I'll say that my biggest takeaway is he cited analytics where the variables don't apply to this scenario.
Yep.
Like, really? Like, really? That would be like me filing my taxes like I lived in Florida, but I know I live in California. Like that, they don't apply. They don't apply. Like, so it sounds good in a press conference. Everyone's like, yeah, analytics.
No, it never
like,
sounded
what
good.
the hell are those analytics based on?
It never sounded good. It never
So
sounded good.
it never, because to me it was BS from the
No, because we walked out, and at overtime I said, boy, the defense is gas. I get why did we get the ball first?
Yeah, but
then as I'm walking from Allegiant Stadium and understanding the Super Bowl that we've watched our entire lives, just like when you don't call a timeout before second down on Kansas City's final possession in the first half, I'm telling you, Lubman, and Lubman, I'm like, when's the last time the Niners had the ball? Lubman goes, they had the ball last at 4:46 p.m. Now, they had one play before the half that they just ran and ran out the clock.
Stupid gun
But
run.
really, one play within an hour. One play in an hour, the Niners ran. So you don't make those, like you've been to the Super Bowl before. You know halftime is 30 minutes. You know Usher's going to be running on stage and they're going to have limited time to warm up. And you don't call a timeout to maximize your possessions. You did the same damn thing in Super Bowl 54, and I went crazy. You did the same thing. The same thing 4 or 5 years later in the Super Bowl. And then you come out, you run 8 passes. 8 passes and 1 run. And then you get to overtime. And I thought about this in overtime. I said, okay, the defense is gas. But there is a long television timeout going from the end of regulation to overtime. And then you get the coin toss. The defense had about 10 minutes of rest, 11 minutes of rest. It's a normal rest period for possession. To hell with that. Get Mahomes the ball first. If they face a 4th down, they're going to put the football. You get the ball, you kick a field goal, you win the game, you win the Super Bowl. We're at a parade today. The analytics that he cited, and what bugs me, we were thinking about our third possession. I'm thinking about just getting the first down on first possession. What are you talking about?
You know what it reminds me of? It's the equivalent of leaving Mariano Rivera in the pen because you think you can get to the 10th.
Oh, it's
right?
it's Buck Showalter in the wild card game, Orioles Blue Jays. Or we keep Zach Britton in the bullpen because we think the game's going to be. No, I need to stop the game right now.
Exactly.
Get Zach Britton in there.
It's a 6-out save. You know what I mean? It's a 6.
What?
But so like
we look so bad right now.
No, I know we do.
We look terrible.
And every day it gets worse.
And Kelsey's laughing at us.
Every day it gets worse.
The special teams coach is like, we were going to kick it anyway.
Bonte.
Jake Cutler is laughing at us. Jake Cutler out of all quarterbacks is laughing at us.
You want to make my head explode more? When someone hides under the veil of analytics,
oh my God,
and then you dig a little deeper. For example, I'm going to cite this. Gabe Kapler, he completely lost. I told Lubman, get on the. I said, Lubman, this 100-pitch outing, this 90-pitch outing thing, right? Ask him some questions about this. This raw 100. I go, how many warm-up pitches in between starts? How many warm-up pitches between innings? Is it curveball, slider? Is it breaking ball dependent? What about a throw over to first? What about warm-ups? So, like, you say 100 pitches, right? But all the 100 pitches aren't created equal. What if I'm in the stretch? What if I'm in the windup? Are they all the same? What if I'm throwing all change-ups? Or is the stress on my arm, is it exactly the same? So don't just file it under analytics. Well, analytics tells us 90 pitches, he's done. Well, wait a minute. What if I threw 45 change-ups and 45 fastballs? That is not the same as throwing 90 sliders. Would you agree?
Yep.
Okay, so stop hiding under the veil of analytics. So you're telling me in overtime, we looked at the analytics. What analytics? You were looking at the data from college where you get the ball to 25? Oh, we were looking at the NFL data. Okay, well, this rule didn't exist. So all of the data that existed on whatever you're looking at does not apply to this situation.
I know, it's
and also, so let's just say, hypothetically, it's a Rex Grossman playoff game that you're citing. It's totally different from a Patrick Mahomes-led that playoff game. Patrick Mahomes has had 7 opportunities with an opportunity to tie up the game in a do-or-die moment and has converted on all 7. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, has a 40% success rate. This guy is as automatic as they come.
I know.
So I don't want to hear about analytics anymore because when you dig a little deep on the analytics, it's all crap.
It's all flawed, and it makes you look worse.
Well,
Not only
you're
that,
hiding.
And here's the other thing, too. And I'm going to get to the calls because David Fresno, you're next. You've been waiting on hold way too long. We're going to get you to Dave. Give me 1 second.
I'm sorry, the analytics thing's true.
No, but you know how I feel.
The second I said that.
Do you know how I feel about analytics?
I know.
You understand how I feel about analytics?
I do.
All right? So you know what that answer? And he doubled down in his innocence of pressing. I'm just like, damn, Shanahan, why do you have to be so stubborn, man?
I would wish you just say, you know what?
Why? Just,
in retrospect,
I made a mistake. Just say that.
We
you did it with Trey Lance. Do it here.
Yeah.
So anyway, you get the analytics. But I think one thing that's being overlooked because of this overtime debacle, 3rd and 5 come down to 2-minute warning. The referees even cited that this is probably the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, you better have your best play, is what they said. The ref said that.
In that situation, knowing how Mahomes is cooking, and knowing now that you don't really have much faith in Steve Wilkes in the defense because you fired him 2 days after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You don't have much faith.
Yes.
You come out in 35, you run it empty. Your quarterback's not looking to the right where McCaffrey's running his right deep. Ike's wide open right away. Ball decided that one. But instead of just like, hey, we're going to line up an empty and throw the ball, knowing that if there's an incomplete pass, Kansas City will get all that time on the clock, over 1:50, with Mahomes on the sideline, and they won't have to burn a timeout.
You and I kept saying what? Don't give it back to him.
Don't give it back to Mahomes in that situation. 2-play sequence. Maybe I run the ball here on 3rd and 5.
Force them to
I get 4 yards. They burn a timeout. Then I have a decision to make. Do I go for it again on 4th and 1? Well, you did earlier in the game on 4th and 3 when you could have tied the game.
Yes.
So to me, that's a 2-down situation to end the game right there. You got to get aggressive. This is a Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. So that was a blunder as well. 3rd and 5. Then 3rd and 4. If you know that Mahomes is on the sideline in overtime, knowing that you took the ball first, that should be another 2-play sequence.
What did
on
I
3rd
say
and
to you
4.
when we were sitting there? The whole drive, I go, they have to get 6.
We all said that. We all said that.
They have to get
6. They didn't get 6, and they lost the damn Super Bowl, and now we're citing analytics. I got
the analytics part really is just
it grinds my gears. It grinds my gears.
It's
Real quick,
absurd.
Jay Beasley spent $5. Might as well call them the Santa Clara Niners. They curse till they go back to the city. Well, I don't know about that.
One more thing.
C.J. Owens, real quick, spent $10. Yeah. Could Richard Sherman be a candidate for D.C.? He knows the exact cover 3 scheme Shanahan wants. He has the D'Amico Ryan's personality.
Sure.
Thoughts?
First-time guy. We'll see. I don't know. But, BB, let me ask you this. Are all 3-point attempts created equal?
No.
Okay.
No.
What about the players taking those 3-point attempts?
The players, yes.
So, okay, is a Norman Powell 3 evaluated by a fan or the defense the same as a Steph Curry 3?
No, absolutely not.
Right? So there might be analytics that tell you guy shoots, the league average from this spot is X, right? We all go like, yeah, but for Steph Curry, there is no bad shot.
No,
for the most part.
For the most part.
When Tiger Woods has the putter in his hand, there's no putt he can't make.
We think.
Michael Jordan, ball in his hand.
We want him shooting the ball, no matter what.
Tom Brady, ball in his hand.
We want the ball in his head.
That's how I view Mahomes.
No, he
supersedes whatever data's out there.
Exactly. He kills the data. He's not a robot. How about this?
I can't.
Think about this. Niner fans, think about this.
I just can't understand.
Think about this, Niner fans. Matt Nahigan, our program director, just sent out this tweet at 8:52. Actually, 6:52 a.m. Here's what has transpired since the clock hit 0 in the Super Bowl. Feliciano's taking shots at Spencer Burford and going at it with Jalen Carter.
We didn't even
tweeting. Jesus. Brendan Ayuk's comments, future unknown. Kyle Juszczyk not knowing the OT rules. Chiefs laughing at the Niners for taking the ball first in overtime.
The referee almost laughing, basically.
Yes. Are you sure? Are you sure, Fred?
Sure. Are you sure?
Steve Wilkes fired his DC. This is, whether you like it or not, he's getting scapegoated.
By the way, today's Thursday. Super Bowl happens Sunday night.
Now, Bosa says they weren't prepared for the read option. Don't even get me started on it. You know what? We're 9 o'clock hour. I'm going to read the legal because that's going to make you want my head to explode? Nick Bosa, I am tired of you right now. Go back to Florida, work out, and show your ass up for OTAs, voluntary camp, and training camp. This guy got paid $120 million guaranteed dollars after holding out. I had no problem with the holdout. But I knew once you got your money, I don't want to hear anything from you again.
I'm with you on that.
This guy, hold on. Let me go through the Nick Bosa timeline real quick. The Nick Bosa timeline. You want to be the best pass rusher in Niners history? You want to be DPOY, all that stuff? Let's go through the Nick Bosa timeline real quick since he wants to chirp all this stuff during the bye week. Yeah, I'm not up to speed because of the holdouts really affected me. And then he throws another shot at Steve Wilkes. Yeah, with a defensive scheme. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. Then you come out to the Super Bowl? Well, we weren't prepared for the read option. Well, yeah, the conditioning, it really caught up to me. I watched this guy who got paid $120 million guaranteed on the final possession of the game, and I'm tapping Shasky. Why is number 97 out of the game?
What'd I say to you?
Why is number 97 out of the game?
Who were the 2 players I referenced? I said, would Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor be out of the game right now? I don't care what their
Was
stamina
Chris Jones out of the game?
No.
He's a D tackle, weighs 350 pounds.
He was incredible.
Oh, what about Hassan Reddick and Fletcher Cox? Would they be out of the game?
No.
Come on, man. Would Von Miller be out of that football game?
No, when he won Super Bowl MVP, no.
Right? What about the Detroit Lions? With Aiden Hutchinson, he was no factor. But was he out of that football game?
No.
Nick Bosa took 3 plays off on the final possession of regulation.
But he was amazing in that game.
I don't care. And he's coming out of here with these excuses? Oh, we weren't prepared for the read option. You watch film, Nick Bosa. You know what's coming.
How about, did you see the meme?
He's blaming Steve Wilkes for diving in with his head cut off on 4th and 1 when Mahomes ran an RPO twice against him.
I seen a meme right now where he's running across on the 4th and 1. He's got both his hands out like this, as it looks like I'm, pointing at somebody, and it's LeBron on one side doing it to J.R. Smith, and it's Bosa doing it to his teammates. And it was like great moments in collapse history of sports.
This guy, Nick Bosa, Nick Bosa is really showing his true colors. He really is. And Joey Bosa's been hurt down in L.A., and they be making excuses and throwing people under the bus left and right. Just bookmark it. Think about the year Bosa had, getting paid, and all the excuses he made this season. I don't want to hear it. I asked for premium players to make gold jacket plays in the biggest game of their lives. And you know what? The premium players is on the Kansas City sideline. It is what it is. Let's go to David Frisno. This guy's making me sick. David Frisno, what's happening? I can't believe this guy. $120 million guaranteed, and you're blaming everybody but yourself for not making a play in the Super Bowl. And you're out there on the final drive on the sideline, the final drive of the game, and you're taking plays off with your hands on your hips. I don't want to hear from Nick Bosa until late July. I swear to God. Go away
no,
right now.
He better be at organized team activities.
Oh, my God. This guy.
All the rookies.
David Frisno.
Disagree. When you pay a guy 120, I want to see him in May. I want to see him in June. I want to see him in all the organized activities.
I want to see you. I don't want to hear from you.
That I agree with. Too much talking.